Okay. So I feel like absolute dog shit. I'm tired as fuck. And I was gonna wait for this until the New Year's as like a revolution type thing. But I'm kind of already fucking over it, so we're just gonna do this now. For those of you who are pretty sure you don't have a quarrel with me, I would probably just skip most of this unless you hear your name come up. You know, because I don't think you want to listen to that unless you're nosy, in which case I don't control your life, so do whatever the fuck you want. So I really could give two fucking shits who wants to give their fucking opinions on my life right now. So I'm getting tired of being named the bad guy when let me tell you, and I'm going to this evening, that I am definitely not one of the baddest people out there. So let's get started, shall we? The first person we're digging into, even though they weren't really that good of a friend of mine, and I'm pretty sure we both hated each other equally, but she treated my best friend like shit, and I really, really didn't fucking like her, so let's throw it out there. Miss McKay in number 1, because she's always gotta be fucking first, let me tell you. Whether you're feeling like dog shit, homework assignments, art fucking projects that she copied, and then made it seem like, oh no, I didn't, this was an original idea, but if you held it up to the other person's idea, it fucking almost basically matched. Only a few things here and there were changed. This person is iconic, the only child, because she has to be first, and if she's not first, she's gonna be upset. Coming in second is Miss Ivy. Oh, we gonna be on this one for a minute, but not as long as the third one. So, I really don't like people who go, I'm a middle person. You know what a middle person does, sweetheart? Like, truly does? They listen to people's problems and don't fucking commentate on fucking any of it. That's a middle person. When you're not actually picking sides, instead of what you do is where you say that you're not picking sides, and then you hang out with one more than the other and defend one way more than the other person. She may say that she's not defending them, but if you really listen and break down the conversation, I'm sorry, but there's defending and there's not defending. Not defending means that you're not gonna say fucking shit about the other person, and you're just gonna listen to that one person that you're talking to's problem, and then you're not gonna say anything else. You're not going to try and go, well, okay, but I mean, like, but she didn't. No, that's defending the other person. You sit quietly, listen to that person's problem, and then you go, okay, cool, you want to go do something else? You don't add your opinion onto it. That's not being a middle person. That's trying to solve the issue for them, and that's not a middle person. I'm sorry, that's not how that works. So, Dollface, sweetheart, you're a sweet fucking girl, but you get walked on like a fucking rug by everyone. Like, seriously, it is unbelievable how much you get walked on, and you probably don't even fucking realize it. Like, I've never seen somebody get walked on as much as you do. Because your man, I'm sorry, he hangs out around your sister and acts more like her boyfriend than yours. He doesn't ever put any pictures of you guys together on his Facebook, from what I've seen, really. Or on any of his profile pictures, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that last one. But I know for a fact that Facebook he never has. And you're on fucking Facebook now, so that's not an excuse. Girl, if you don't like a bitch, or you don't like your man or somebody else hanging out with a certain bitch, don't fucking keep it to yourself. Tell them. Dear fucking Christ, please. That's the one thing I can pull from Hope that you honestly need. Fucking tell the person. Okay? Seriously, that's just unfucking believable. I think that pretty much wraps up the things that I have to pinpoint on her. Hank. Also, before I get to our third and final person real quick, don't go into my DMs after this and try to fucking talk to me, because I'm sorry, after you see all of this, and I know you've seen it all, I'm unfriending people, because I'm fucking over it. You're all a bunch of bitches, and I'm sorry. I'll get to the whole group problem after I finish talking about these certain people. Okay, and our third and final person, if you haven't fucking guessed it yet, is Miss Hope. This might take a little bit, just to fair warn you. So, first off, sweetie, I know you went through an emotionally abusive, and if you want to categorize it, slightly physically abusive relationship, but that does not give you the right to take your traits, have somebody bring up to you casually, not bluntly like I probably should have, but casually bring it up to you that you do that, and then you not see it and decide that you're going to continue with that because it's your personality. No, sweetheart, that's your personality inflicted from the 3-year relationship that you had that should have ended after a few months. Just gonna throw that out there. It is not okay to smack people's asses as hard as you do, because it causes actual physical pain. And I don't care about the excuses of, oh, well, that's just something girls do, or, oh, you know, I'm just getting you ready for some future hubby or some shit. No, that's not a fucking excuse. I don't care for the excuse of, well, you know, I'm gay. No, that's not an excuse either. That's why people are starting to fucking get over gay people, because it gets over fucking used as a goddamn excuse for people who aren't even fucking sure if they're actually gay. Don't call yourself gay, especially when you're dating a dude and you've only dated dudes, and call yourself that. You can call yourself bi-curious, because until you actually do shit with a girl, you're bi-curious. I don't give a shit what you... It is not okay to talk with a person about a fandom, say that you're personally not into that kind of thing, but you'll support them, and then take person's thing that they have, you know, decided to make said for that fandom, and for you to hit it, especially when it's on their head or on any certain part of their body, and for you to beat the hell out of it, because not only does that count as emotional abuse when you're just hitting it and it's not on them, but it's physical abuse when it is actually on their fucking person. Unless you have permission to touch that, don't fucking touch it. Did you spend the time and money on it? No? Then don't fucking touch it. That's not your property. That's not your shit. How would you like it if I went and ripped up shit that you did? It is emotional abuse to tell someone that if I stopped being friends with you, you wouldn't have any more fucking friends because you only have like 3. That's not okay. That's not something a friend says to somebody. I don't care how jokingly you said it. If it was a joke, you'd only have said it like 1 fucking time. Not almost practically every fucking day. Including the fact, and this is the next topic I'm gonna get into, about that workplace you at. Let me tell you what. So that workplace you're at, right? I'm gonna tell you something, sweetheart. And I can promise you I'm not fucking lying, because I worked with a good majority of the girls that work there. They don't really fucking like you. I'm gonna throw that out there. And you wanna know why? Because, and I honestly agree with this, it is not okay with a daughter to work in the same place that her mother works and her mother be the manager, because I'm sorry, but you get special treatment even though you say you don't. And that's a conflict of interest. And just because you're mommy's daughter and you went to her workplace when you were a little girl and you were taught some of these things at home all the time, doesn't mean you're better at your job than some woman who's worked there for 3, 4, 20 years. Okay? Doesn't mean that you're the hot fucking shit, alright? Oh, but I got more solo days than everybody. Yeah, you wanna know fucking why? Because A, you're one of the few people who probably doesn't jokingly complain about the drive, even though it gets extra money. And I mean a lot of extra fucking money. And the fact that you're young and they know you probably won't get tired as easily, it's about it. From your mom's point of view, I'm sure, it's the fact that you get paid more, even though you don't have fucking shit to pay for. You're not trying to pay rent. You're not trying to pay phone bills. You're not trying to pay for fucking bills or anything like that. Moving on from that topic, because I could go on for fucking ever. No, I didn't end this friendship because of some boy. As you can see, I have several other fucking reasons from all the way back when we first started being friends that have led up to this moment. Now, the boy, that piece of just cherry on top was just finally the thing that made me see that I can't fucking help you, because you don't understand respect, or the fact that, you know, if you considered dating him, even though we didn't date, but I had interest in him, and you knew how much I had interest in him, you could have fucking came to me and been like, yo, hey, I kind of have some feelings for the same guy, but, you know, I just figured I should check with you and see if it's okay if I date him, even though he went behind your back and told people who asked him why you didn't end up with him, because you're crazy. You know, I just wanted to double check with you and see if that's okay. You know why I bring that up? Because that's what a real fucking friend would do. Or just not date him at all. Because, you know, even though me and him didn't date, he was still a guy I had interest in. Last I checked, that was like a huge fucking part of girl code. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. Fuck if I know. Maybe I'm just some crazy ass bitch. And that's okay, because that's who I fucking am, and I don't give two fucking shits. But instead, going behind my back and saying, or being told by the whole fucking group, oh, they don't have feelings for each other. Fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. I could see the fucking feelings between you two. And it wasn't because it's, oh, you know, I'm just one of those people that can read people. Yeah, I am that bitch. But it was very fucking obvious that you two liked each other. It was obvious from the moment I was trying to hit him up. And you want to know why that is? Because you thought that I was trying to date him out of spite of you. I'm sorry, but you straight up offered to let me date him once. if you're in a friend group and you practically have everyone telling you in a situation that you're just seeing things, it's a possibility that you were just seeing things. Until what you were telling them is going to happen, happens, and then they still tell you, oh no, it's just a random coincidence. No. Fucking not. Okay? That's an entire group trying to convince you that you're crazy when you're actually not, because they don't want you figuring out that they've been lying to you this whole fucking time. Fucking magic, I know. It's... For anybody else who was not mentioned this and decided to be a little snoopy and look anyways, my apologies for my rant, but I've kind of fucking had it, and I'm finally gonna get rid of these people who have decided to make my life fucking shit on top of the more shit that I have had to deal with. And I just want you all to know that if you have doubts about your friendship with somebody, I want you to really analyze it and have someone way out of that friend group who's also your friend to analyze it and ask them to be impartial. Preferably an adult, because they're going to be the most impartial because they're actually grown up and they can, not get in the drama of shit unless they really want to. I'm sure I'm gonna get told by a few people that, oh, but what you did was childish and blah blah blah. Well, my apologies, but I really could not care because I needed this rant. I don't care if it's quote unquote public. I don't have a lot of people that follow me on here. And half the people who are following me on here don't really, talk to me anyways. They're just old people that I still have in my contacts. So I really don't give a shit. Anyway, for those of you who made it all the way to the end, which I'm sure are just the nosy people, because unless you really were nosy and cared, you skipped all the way to the end and didn't listen to any of them. You just tapped through them really quick. I could care less. I hope you all have a lovely day and a lovely rest of the year and a lovely new year. Even though I'll probably tell you that again on New Year. If, you want to give your opinion, go ahead. I don't give a shit. I'll read it. I'm not gonna fucking respond. Just gonna tell you that now. I don't care. Post whatever you want about me on social media. I'm not gonna fucking dish back. This is my final dish. Okay? And the only reason I did it was because I really needed it after the shit year I've had. So I decided to do a rant. Because I'm sick and I'm tired as fuck and I'm fucking over everyone's bullshit. So, I hope you all have a great fucking day. And, have some activities with your besties. See if your besties are crazy like mine were, even though I guess I shouldn't call them besties, because they really weren't. Oh well. Tomorrow, probably by midnight tonight, I'll go through and delete all of these because I'm sure everybody who needs to see them will have seen them by that point. So, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and, if you don't really pay attention to my stories anyway, then, hi bud, how you doing? See ya. By the way, The person that's screen recording this, Miss Ivy, thank you for that. Just thank you. You're a blessing for my point. Thanks. Just thank you. Yeah. Thanks. You just proved my point. Harassment would be me yelling at you, insulting you, which I'm not. I'm giving my opinion on who I personally think y'all are. And none of the things that I've said are false because, one, her mom may not make the schedule, but I know for a fact that she knows information before the other girls do, which I know isn't right and is unfair, but she knows that information because her mom's the manager. Well, that's not fair. I didn't get to know who I was working with the next day unless she told me. I don't think that's very fair. Two, tell me where in the fuck I broke girl code. Because I tried to help her with the guys that she'd get with. I'd help her with the guys that she didn't want to get with. The only way I could see you possibly trying to pull up that I broke girl code is that in her mind, I got with Dylan out of spite of her. With her telling me that she liked him. When she didn't actually do that. Because you know what she told me? One day while we were cleaning a house, she told me that she would give me his information so I could try and hit him up. Because she didn't like him that way. She only liked him as a friend. So tell me where I broke girl code. And by the way, if that's the case that you're trying to pull here, that I broke girl code, sweetie, you just fucking contradict everything that you and the group said. Because, if I remember correctly, y'all said, when I told you that they were going to probably end up getting together, no, they don't have feelings for each other. If I broke girl code by dating him out of spite of her, because she had feelings for him and she supposedly told me that, then how did they not have feelings for each other before we got together? Explain that magical piece of fact to me. For the people that are getting butthurt about what I said, about how unless you've done shit with a girl, you're only bi-curious, I stand by that statement because I used to be the fucking person that would say in her Facebook and shit like that, oh, well, you know, I think I'm gay. Like, I have this strong feeling that I'm really into girls. And then, like, a few months down the road, I go, oh, well, I think I'm bi-curious. A few months down the road, I change it again to something else. That's you trying to find yourself. That's perfectly fine. But stating that you know 100% that you are this and you've not done anything with the opposite sex, saying that you are bisexual, not bi-curious, bisexual, no. I'm gonna have to disagree. And I'm sure a good majority of the LGBTQ community probably agrees with me, considering that was a huge thing in that group, was that bisexual isn't a thing. Because most of the time, you like one more than the other. Now granted, I don't agree with that. Because I think you can like one more than the other, but put yourself in as bisexual because you just may like that sex a little bit more, but you still like the other sex because you've dated people from that side as well. And you would again. But it's just a select few. Because that's still bisexual. Bi-curious is when you think you might possibly like being with that group, but you've not done anything with that group before. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not saying that, if a lesbian's never kissed a guy, then there's no way she can categorize herself as lesbian because she's never kissed a dude. I'm not saying that. That's a gold star lesbian. Is that she's never done anything with a guy. She's only done it with women. And that means that she's a lesbian. That's just how that works. Because bi-curious people, means that they possibly like the opposite sex. They haven't done anything. That's a possibility. I categorize myself as demisexual. And I can do that because I have had a sexual attraction to women after I get a strong emotional attachment. Shit, I did it with Hope. Fuck, I did it with my best friend. I've done it with several girls. That's why I can categorize myself very independently as a demisexual, because I've actually gone through that. That's just how that works. Don't categorize yourself as something if you're not 100% sure. I'm not gonna, get with a girl and then categorize myself as lesbian because currently I don't want to date guys right now. I could, because you know what? Sexuality is something that constantly changes throughout a human. It's just how we are. It's how the human race works, people. Sometimes your sexuality just changes like that, and that's okay. That's acceptable. Because it's just who you are. But don't go when you're single and you're not striving to get with a girl and say that, oh, well, I'm gay because I'm just over guys, but I really don't feel like dating anyone currently. That's not how that works. Unless you're striving to get with a woman, don't. That's just wrong. But once again, this is my opinion. That's it. All this is my opinion. Everybody else has their own opinions. Just, accept that. Just like I'm accepting the fact that the friend group that I left had the opinion of that I'm crazy and I'm a toxic person. That's their opinion. I have several other people in my life who weren't even friends with that person or, are actually middle people who say that, you know what, the things that I'm pointing out, pretty true. From the descriptions that they're hearing and the facts that I'm actually able to pull up because I'm my mother's daughter. I keep fucking everything, bitch. Once again, though, it's my opinion. That's all it is.